live now.
We're live?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, I warmly welcome you to our 84th webinar here at the Academy of Space Renaissance International. Today is 16th of June, and it's our 84th webinar. And oh, I have an echo here. Maybe it's my iPad. Yes. And I would like to welcome you. I have here an echo.
Okay, go ahead. It was
I go
mine.
ahead. Okay. And our special guest today was supposed to be Philip Johnston, but until he wants to talk about building data centers in space, a really interesting topic. But he has not appeared so far. And I would like to welcome also Adriano Autino. He is one of our founders and also vice president. And yeah, he is actually at a conference in Catanzaro. He
Yeah.
organized. So can you make this echo disappear? Porque it is
No,
really.
I don't have any echo now.
I have here like a repetition of everything.
Yes, but I don't understand from where it is coming. Not from my side, because the
Maybe it's me.
I don't have any echo now.
No, it has disappeared.
Okay,
Yes.
good.
I had it on my computer live. Okay, it's
Okay.
my fault. Yeah.
It was the cat. It was the cat.
This is the space cat Alenka. Look,
Yeah.
she's a very
Yes.
young professional.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, Adriano, you are actually at or currently at a conference in Catanzaro. Tell
Yeah,
us
it's
more
over
about.
now. It's over, but we are still here. Yeah, leaving back tomorrow morning. And yes, it was a very interesting and good conference. 3 days started in Friday, 13 June, gone ahead on Saturday, and ended the yesterday, Sunday morning. We discussed in five sessions about the UN flag on the moon, around this our proposal of a UN flag on the moon, that we are making this proposal to Artemis Accords and to IRS coalition, that whoever will put feet on the moon, they should plant a UN flag near their national flags, of course, but however, a UN flag would be a symbol of unity of our civilization, of humanity. That's something that's very needed in these days, that we have some terrible wars, and new wars are raising each week, and this is a terrible situation. So we discussed it in around this concept of a UN flag on the moon, and we have a final resolution of this small Congress requesting immediately cease fire everywhere, all the wars ongoing, and to free all prisoners and hostages, and start converting all the weapon industry to civilian astronautic industry. So we have written this thing as a first point of our final resolution of this Congress. And we also discussed about the space policy of Italy and Europe. Also in this case, encouraging the the policy and institution to help new space companies and to identify the topics of excellence that are most promising and try to promote them and to announce them and so on. And we also had a track, a scientific track, let me say, entitled "The Earth is a Planet Immersed in the Cosmos." So the Earth is a planet in as many other celestial bodies in the cosmos. It's not something strange, different. And we discussed about the conditions that we humans will find to living and working in space. So the problems for the health, the protection from radiations, and starting a recommendation to start working with simulated gravity, because in order to protect humans, human life from the damages caused by microgravity and zero gravity. And so we also, in this session, we also discussed about food farming, the space farming, and rising food in space. And there were some very, very beautiful presentations about that by a couple of speakers, and so on. We had a session fully dedicated to students and young people, where we had some presentations from some students. They were very, very good presentation and advanced and in tune with the scope of our Congress, talking about expanding civilization into space. Well, in the last session, the Sunday morning, we elected the new president of the Space Renaissance Italia chapter, and the new president is Natale Viscomi. And we also elected the new board of the Italian chapter of SRI. And yeah, this is all. What we have seen is that in here in Calabria, there is a very, very good team working, Space Renaissance team that is growing. It is now connecting to other from Catanzaro to other towns, other cities in Calabria, and taking good initiatives towards schools and students. And yeah, we will try to use this model to work with other regions in Italy in order to contact other schools and work with the young people, because this is of course our main goal, to work with the young people to make them understand the urgency of expanding humanity, expanding civilization into space. And yeah, as a strong factor of peace, of course, because if we go outside and we will take profit from the resources of the solar system, the moon and the asteroids and so on, there will be no more reasons for making resource wars on Earth. So, okay, so we discussed all of these things, and I think it was a very, very, very good Congress. And I think also that some concept, some interesting concept emerged that could be taken for our Congress next year. Next year, we will have the fourth SRI World Congress that will be combined with the Space Renaissance Art and Science Festival. In that all of that will happen in Berlin in June 2026. Yes. So yeah, maybe also Sabine could spend some words about that, and what we already started to organize, because it's a big work. We will make a call for papers. We will make invite also many artists to present their works and to discuss their works and so on. And of course, not only artists, we will call all the space humanists of the world to join our Congress and to present their papers. Bernard is
Yes, Bernard is coming. Sent him
coming.
just the link. Thank you, Adriano, for giving us a short overview about Catanzaro. I also would like to welcome Bernard Foing, our president. I see that you are traveling all over the world.
Oh, yes, a bit.
Where
Yes.
are you now?
Yes. Hello, everybody. I don't know anymore where I am because indeed, we had amazing time at the Space Renaissance Conference in Italy, and that was very beautifully organized, hosted by our colleagues from Catanzaro in Calabria. Also, a great program of technical content. And Adriano, I want to congratulate you and all the team. Yes, so I'm still under the charm of Catanzaro, and I think I want to move to Calabria for part of my time.
Oh,
So, and we have also had a very great opportunity to discuss some really concrete projects with our friends from Catanzaro that include some work with universities, some pilot projects also where we have had some contact with the school of a student that presented at Catanzaro. And so we have recontacted as well some of the professors there, and they are looking at some academic project they could develop, and they could present in January next year. And for January next year, we plan to revisit them, to go with some colleagues from Space Renaissance and host a mini workshop with students, and as well do some lectures and work also on some possible project, including developing some possibly some curriculum in the university. So this was very interesting congress, and also I think it's
really
a
a great
seed
progress.
for the future.
That-
Now,
Yeah.
for the future, we have also some very near future, which
Yes.
is on the 20th of June. We will have the launch of our Space Renaissance for all gallery, and a number of us have some artifact on board, including our vice president, Sabine. She has an art piece on board for Space Renaissance. We had also from some of our friends, Daniel Futzeler, from Eva Petrich, and a few some artifacts from Ghanim as well, some science artifacts, some sample from Kuwait. So we have a total of 20 artifacts of art and science, and we have also
and from Adriano, we have music.
and as well, we have some digital content that we have sent. So from Adrio, we have some recording of music that are part of our mini digital Alexandria library. So it's some items from us, message that we want to send to space on their short trip to space, because it will be launched and it will go a few hours in space and then will be retrieved in a cargo return vehicle. That is quite a challenge for technology, not to burn completely in the re-entry, but okay, so our engineers and from the exploration company, they are preparing for success. So in that frame, we will have as well a number of events, physical events that are prepared. So there will be one is in Munich, in the headquarters of the exploration company, but there will be also an event in Paris, in Pigalle area, so near Montmartre. There is one event in Houston as well. We'll try to attend one of those.
And these events will be broadcasted, or
and also there will be a worldwide, real time webcast of the launch itself. The launch is taking place in California, in the Vandenberg military base. So it's not so easily accessible for the public, but you can go near. And some of our collaborators that are working in California will try to get close to the launch site, and hopefully they will send us some footage of the rocket being launched. So it's a great time. In the meantime, I am in Paris as we have a series of events here. So this week we have the
Just a
aerospace.
second, Bernard, by any chance you have the artifact that will be launched? You have it nearby?
I have not the one which is going launched because this one is in the rocket, but I have a copy of the artifact that with a spare. We have a little spare, so I will be able to show you that. I hope. And yeah, so let's show it to you. I need to have a good orientation. I have to say here I am in a very special place. It's a place of cosmic researcher, a mixture of artist and fundamental science. This is Jean-Marie Havan that is actually going to join us in some Space Renaissance project. And he has also developed installation with beautiful artifact. Yes,
Hello,
this place is like a museum. Hello, Jean-Marie.
Hello.
Hello.
You are Sabine Heinz.
Sabine, yes.
Pleased to meet you.
Yeah.
Yes,
Hi.
it's a pleasure on my side. The pleasure is on my side.
Yeah. So yes, we have had some great conversation today as well. And so, but tomorrow will be at this aerospace salon in Le Bourget, where there are a number of activities, stands. So we see friends from ESA, CNES, DLR, but also a lot of space and aviation companies. And it's a quite interesting place. Also, there will be a number of aviation shows. So, like today, there was an event with the Director General of ESA and the Vice President of CNES. They had to do a press conference, but in the middle of the press conference, there was some huge noise from the Rafale planes that were doing a demo. So we could not hear the speakers. So we had to stop the press conference to go outside, watch the plane, and then come back and continue. So yes, that's it's a big attraction. So the first 4 days is our professional days, and then on Friday there will be a day open to the public and free for students. So I encourage everybody that is in Paris to try to go there on the Friday in particular. But Friday as well, we will have our party in near Montmartre to celebrate the launch. So the launch is planned, between 21:19 and 22:16 UTC. So that's 23 o'clock. That should be still okay. It's very warm in Paris. Not as warm as Catanzaro, but almost. So, but very nice. Also, as you know, in France, but now all in Europe, there's a tradition on 21st of June to do music in the streets. So, what's the name? And so we plan to have a bit of music already starting on 20th of June to celebrate the launch, and after on 21st of June. And but also a lot of professional activities in Le Bourget. So in particular on Tuesday, on Wednesday. And on Thursday, actually, we had also some very interesting event that is organized jointly by France and the Netherlands about quantum activities. And there I will go in the University of Saclay, which is also my alma mater. That's nice to come back to the place where I studied. And there will be a conference that will include a Nobel Prize for quantum physics, who was my professor before, Alain Aspect, Professor Aspect, but also a former Minister for Research. And it will be a good opportunity to see some young professionals that are developing some research and application from quantum physics. And so that's a great program of activities in Paris this week. For this reason, I will not be able to go to Florida to the International Space Development Conference that is starting already on from 19 to 22nd of June. But we have a number of very good colleagues from Space Renaissance. We have Gary Barnard, we have Suzanne Ibjuel, we have also a number of Space Renaissance colleagues that will take care of representing Space Renaissance in Florida. Yes?
I have a question, Bernard. Thank you first for this nice overview. What will happen with the artwork afterwards? If it come back, will it go to the moon or later? Or
So, for this launch, this campaign is a test launch for a so-called capsule. It's a re-entry capsule, so it has a special design, so it can re-enter at a very high speed, at a speed of typically 9 kilometers per second when it comes from orbit, and there it has to go through the atmosphere and get rid of all this huge heating from the atmosphere in a very short time. So there's a kind of shock, a thermal shock, and then after it enters, it is a bit decelerated, and then they deploy some parachute, and you can retrieve the capsule. Inside the capsule, there are quite a number of payloads, some 40 payloads. So we are one of them. And some other provider of payload, they are very big payload, very important technologically, scientifically. So, and as you know, part of the price of payload is made according to the weight of the payload. So Space Renaissance and UNEX could not afford yet to put 100 kilogram payload, but for this reason, we have miniaturized the payload, and you asked me to show what does it look like. So this is the size of the payload we have. And so this is a tray, put it very close, a tray that contains some 20 slots, cylindrical slot, and you can see on both sides, we have put some samples, and some of the samples are, this is not this tray is a spare. For all space experiments, you build a spare. In case something wrong happened with the prototype you sent to space, you have something ready to exchange at the last minute. But I have this spare, which is filled with exactly the replicate of samples that we put on the flight prototype. And so here there is, so I need to orient it so that you have a good view of.
I can see my artwork.
Yes, you can see your artwork. Excellent. So, yeah, so you have good eyes, eyes of an artist. And you can see it now, yeah.
Yes.
And on top you have you have some 10 artwork, you have 10 scientific work, and you have some mixture of those. We have some seeds as well, some plants that we sent to space. And we have also another plate which include some like this, some 20 glass discs that are coated with logos of some companies or institutions that are working with us. Some like ESA, NASA, some universities, and of course Space Renaissance. Space Renaissance, you have seen it here.
Yes.
See Space Renaissance. You have Space for Peace, Space for All. You have ILWIG, International Lunar Exploration. And so we have actually 20 discs coated on each side. So here you can see some, and you have on the back also some picture of everybody that has been part of this adventure. And so this is the spare. What is going to happen to the real one? First, hopefully the launch goes well. We launch with a rocket which is quite very much in use because we launched with SpaceX. So the rocket should not explode. And then it will put in orbit, should be okay. And just the re-entry is critical. So hopefully, with this re-entry shock, the capsule is going to survive. There is a risk it could also be destroyed. But if it's destroyed, I still have the spare. Yeah. But hopefully it will be coming back, and then it will be retrieved. It will be retrieved. So after going down with a parachute and so on, and after typically a few days, the old capsule with all the payload inside will be retrieved to go back to Munich, which is the headquarters of the exploration company. And from there, they will start to unpack all the payload. And yes, I hope that within 2 weeks we will have access to our gallery, or possibly one of us will go to Munich and we'll witness the unwrapping. So maybe yes, Sabine, maybe you want to go. You are the closest. Go to see the unwrapping of the payload and maybe retrieve it. Yes, could be a possibility.
I have to see, because I'm in Tübingen and the 1st of July. But it is too early, no? Or?
Well, I think that we have to see really they are so focused on making preparation for the launch that what happens after it's another.
But I will be probably at the beginning of August in Holland.
Yes. Okay. We are looking forward to have you in Holland. We have also a number of very nice activities that are being prepared in Holland. We have also an analog astronaut in training, Pauline, that is with us. She was in Space Renaissance Catanzaro, and she will be in July and August in Leiden. And you have worked with Pauline as an astronaut, and she will be in Leiden to do also some tests with our modular habitat. And so you are welcome to spend some time with Pauline. And we'll be also there in August in the Netherlands. And other friends from Space Renaissance, you're all welcome to come also in Leiden, and we can show you some of our activities. We can even lock you in a moon base for 3 hours if you want.
Yes, this would be very nice. Werner, I thank you so much for your discourse, and we have not been so far from the actual topic, data in space. Okay, we have not data center in space, but we send some data to space.
Yeah. But on this topic, we heard some very interesting talk, actually, from at the Catanzaro Space Renaissance Conference. We had a very interesting talk by Alberto Cavallo.
Yes.
And he gave some talks on, what would be the advantage from the point of view of energy, from the point of view also of keeping the temperature cool in space, to have some data centers that could process, for our AI needs. So it was very nicely done. I was never so convinced about getting energy from space to send to Earth, because I think that Earth energy problem we should solve ourselves by a better management of solar power, and how we can distribute energy from different countries. But space could present a very nice advantage where you could have solar energy used in situ, and also cooling the system at cold temperature. And there could be some precursor experiment data center that could be put in orbit in space. That would be such interesting investment that could help also to lower some of the differential cost of putting some infrastructure in space. So that could be also some very nice steps, in particular towards some Earth orbital stations. And so that goes well also, a nice economic benefit, and that serves also the purpose of setting some humankind, some cities in orbital station around the Earth.
Yeah.
An idea that Adriano likes, of course.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Maybe your colleague wants to talk a little bit about his art.
Yeah, Jean-Marie, would you like to show us, or should we should we do a little round trip in Jean-Marie Museum? We can show some piece of art and we can describe them. Yes. Okay. So
Yes.
we go around. Oh yes. Oh, do we have it? Yeah. Okay. So
You know, Sabine, I used to pick a blossom on your pictures, on your art.
he has already interacted with your space art. You see.
Yeah.
So
Thank
sorry.
you.
Oh.
And we had talked together a few years ago.
Yeah. So okay. Of course, everything starts with some rockets.
Wow.
So, yes. And what else? He's I hope that we have enough power, but he likes Mondrian.
Yeah, Snoopy.
So what else? And he is a great fan as well of some space traveler, comic character,
Pop culture.
pop culture, which, as you know, had a very strong influence also on inspiration for space. You have a Silver Surfer. What was a piece of the museum? What is spacey? Oh, yes. You see, we have even huge collection of Marvel. We have even a very famous astronaut from France, Le Petit Prince of Saint-Exupéry. As you know, he used to live on an asteroid. What was a piece linked to space? So I have asked him actually to work on some anthology of comics that are linked to space, and also I have asked him to produce possibly comics that
Yes.
could illustrate some of the concept, like living on the moon, living on an orbital station.
And
Yeah.
of course, we can invite him to our Congress next year in Berlin.
Yes.
Yes.
So
To the-
Jean-Marie,
to the-
yes, yeah. Yes,
to
you
the
can
art
see.
to the art and science festival
Yeah.
part
Now,
of the
in
Congress.
addition to be a very accomplished artist, he has a very fundamental reflection about the theory of zero and everything, quantum and black holes and so on. That I don't ever understand everything he does, but that he has also written a novel, kind of science fiction novel on the topic. Yeah. So yeah. So he's our kind of Silver Surfer of the universe.
I thank you so
yeah.
much for this overview.
Jean-Marie?
And Bernard, I thank you for replacing our. It was a good replace. Thank you, Jean-Marie, for showing us around. Do you want to tell us something about your art?
It's gonna
About
about art. I prefer to show than speak.
Yeah.
Okay. But we can plan.
Sorry.
We can plan a webinar with you.
And I'm gonna be obliged to show you soon. You know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a good plan. Yeah,
That's a good
we can
plan.
have also some slideshow that he could prepare, and also these comic cartoons. So we are talking about like an 8-page mini comics. One on the moon base, living on a moon base with some narrative. One living in an O'Neill orbital station. That would be also a very nice narrative.
Yeah.
And we try
Excellent.
also. I'm trying also to convince to experience living in a moon base, like Sabine, you have done in the Analog Astronaut Training Center. So I just sent a message to Agatha to see if there are some slots available for the next month, and could be also. Maybe you can share your experience, Sabine, of living in the moon base.
It was a really interesting experience. I think I talked about this because when we were at the base themselves, I had the topic. I wanted to examine art and creativity in isolation, how it works. Yes,
and no cortisol peak. That the most scares me is cortisol peak. You know, when your cortisol flies up and you get on your nerves about everything, and when you're isolated 5 days or longer, it could be difficult.
Yes, this is a human factor, and we were talking a lot about. We had a psychologist on board, and of course Pauline, and another colleague from the United States. It was very, very interesting. For me, it wasn't a problem to be in isolation because, yeah, I'm accustomed to this and or used to this. For me, it was more I was overloaded with computing things. So
Yeah. You had to do some research also. So
yeah,
you
yes,
have some
and
tasks. It's
You were
busy.
focused on few things, so you.
oh, we had to fill in some. Also, it was really analog to an habitat or to ISS, more or less. We also were not allowed to wash
Oh yeah.
ourselves with water. We had this Kleenex,
Mhm.
wet
Yeah.
Kleenex.
Baby wipes. Yes.
Yeah, wet wipes, and
Yeah.
we
So
had
you
also
survived the experience, huh?
yeah, we had to document everything. You wake up in the morning and you took your yeah your
Pulsation.
data, your life data.
So you recommend it for an artist to
Yes,
join this type? Yeah,
and
very good.
also for me, this was the hardest thing to do all the rules and then to make sport 1 hour and then you cannot shower afterwards and but we were very lucky. We had a nice constellation. We were 4 women, the first women, only women crew, and we had 2 elderly women and 2 young women, 21 years old, as a really
That's the
young
fact.
woman. And we were the older ladies, and
Yeah.
I am not afraid to be alone. I'm afraid to be with 4 other persons.
Yeah.
yes, yes,
4 nice ladies. Oh yes, that's
yes, this,
excellent.
but and what was really hard for me was the noise from the machine
Ah
giving
yeah.
air. This and if you are in an airplane, and I guess in the space station is the same. You have noises. You are surrounded by
But
noises.
we put earplug
Yes.
both in airplane and space station.
Yeah. So and
Yes.
so
Yeah.
this for me was the hardest thing. Also the data that I have to manage everything, to document everything, to do the experiments and so on. And the
Viens vers moi,
noise.
viens vers
So
moi.
the remaining part I could stand somehow. But we have heard in other missions there were also people or one person who could not stand to be in isolation and in this room enclosed, and they had to take them out. So and
Oh.
yeah, that happened once, and also not in our mission. And this is what I taught you, the human factor. You normally you see people, you like them or you don't like them, and then you have to control yourself to be in a good mood with everyone, no? And
Yeah.
for 1 week it is, I think it's not a problem.
No, it's a nice experience. Yeah.
And but it was really a very interesting experience, and my conclusion was that art and creativity is very, very, very important because in space, because it is so expensive to send people into space, they have a lot of more tasks. So they are doing tasks and experiments all the time. And I think we are not robots or machines. We need also something to relax. And if you paint, that can have something really meditative, yeah, so that you come back to yourself, or when you play your music, then you are with you come back to yourself, you can calm yourself, regulate your emotions or everything. And I think therefore art and creativity is very, very important, and it should be a part of this. And the mission was joined by a psychologist, Dr. Avila Rauch, and also Celia. And we will do also a scientific publication of this. And I think this should be also part of, Bernard Foing.
We lost
the
Bernard,
left-
yeah.
Yeah, he left. That should be also be part of later missions or part of real missions, because if people are standing I don't know how many times in space and in isolation, it will be essential that they have something to regulate themselves. So Bernard is coming back.
Yep.
Maybe he lost connection where he is. He's always in outer space somewhere. Bernard, can you hear us?
Hello?
Hello,
Yeah.
Bernard.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Bernard.
do you
Yeah,
know
okay.
I only
we
wanted
had an emergency? Do you know what
we had-
emergency we had?
we had the same.
What emergency did you have?
We had all the breakdown.
Our computer broke down because of the too high temperature. So
Okay.
now I had to put it in the fridge.
Yeah. Okay.
I put the computer in the fridge. To cool
Yeah,
down
of
the
course,
computer.
of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can see.
I
the-
often put my iPhone in the fridge because of the same.
Yes, exactly.
problem.
So I saved the day thanks to the ice cream that we have. Oh yes, very good. So yes, you know,
Okay.
astronaut. So now, luckily, I had some beautiful chocolate ice cream. Thanks to the chocolate ice cream, I could. I could cool down.
I think you deserve it, and I think we can conclude here.
So just to finish, let's finish. There is another room with a lot of paintings.
Yes.
So also from Jean-Marie.
Oh,
Of all styles, some floating,
You can see or it's black?
yeah, floating figures. No, I think it's a bit dark. There's some characters, some Marvel character.
I will call Natale to come here and say
Yes.
hello to everybody.
Yes, put some light.
Yes.
Put some light.
Natale,
Yeah,
vieni qua un attimo.
yeah, okay. So here you can see some of the, and I think that we will also organize a follow-up event,
Yes, yeah.
possibly also in Catanzaro, where I'll invite Jean-Marie to join us for some also, and Sabine, this time you have to come. Now I have to say that Jean-Marie is also a great chess player. So he has devised also some special chessboard.
Hello.
Yeah.
I will take away my headset.
Yeah.
I will take away my headset now, so Natale
Yes.
can listen to.
Natale,
Okay.
Yeah, yes.
welcome
Natale
and
was our
congratulations to your great congress.
Yes, beautiful.
In Catanzaro. We are here in the house of Jean-Marie, and he is showing, Bernard is showing us around, and we see some artwork.
Yeah, beautiful. And so clearly, we had a beautiful.
Che facendo vedere tutte le sue opere un po' fumettistiche, no?
Yeah, you can see.
Okay.
So that's Einstein. But when Einstein travels through a black hole, you can see his head being a bit distorted. So yes, quite some crazy art and science collaboration. And that's also a dimension that we have strongly in Space Renaissance, of course. We have the science, the technology, the humanity, but as well the art. So we have always to keep this dimension and cultivate in humankind this connection between the creativity of artists, scientists, engineers, but also of the legal creativity to build a world that, thanks to space, will be a world of peace and a world of really progress. Yeah, so that's
fully
our
agree with you.
Yeah,
Okay,
this
thank
is our
you
goal.
very much.
Thanks so much. It was really a pleasure. You look beautiful, Sabine. We miss you. in Catanzaro. So we are looking forward to the Berlin Congress next year. Yeah, but also we'll have a number of events like the Paris IF Spring Committee meeting in March, and possibly also some events we could small one that we can organize before Berlin, including we have been discussing with Natalie about a small visit in January and to meet the students and so to work on some projects there. And as well, we are looking at...
Wait a moment. You know that Natalie don't get very much English language, so I have to translate.
Sì, abbiamo parlato.
Sto parlando dell'appuntamento che avete per gennaio con gli studenti, un piccolo seminario con gli studenti e così via.
Sì, e anche un appuntamento in Olanda. Siete tutti invitati a venire a Olanda per il lavoro e anche per l'amicizia.
Holland.
Yeah. Excellent.
Grazie,
All the best.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much. Tanto grazie. Ci vediamo.
Okay. I thank you all for being here with us, and I think we can close the webinar. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Yes, it's really amazing. And for being here with us, and Bernard for improvising this webinar, and Adriano. And I think it was a really fun webinar. Since long time we have not had a webinar like this. Natale, thank you very much for organizing the conference. What is it in Italy? It's thank you very much.
Siamo dispiaciuti per la sua mancata.
Yes,
grazie mille for organizing the
Grazie mille, ha detto. We missed you, Sabine, in Catanzaro. We missed you.
But you know, I have 2 babies now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
Yes. Oh, my God. Yes. Oh, my God. They are so cute. Yeah, but they are very small, and I have to adjust the situation. Yeah.
That's fine.
I didn't want to leave them alone.
So we can close, right?
Yes,
we can close.
Yes.
Thank
you.
Thank you so much.
Arrivederci.
And arrivederci, adios, muchas gracias, ciao. And we see us in 2 weeks on the 1st of July.
Yeah.
I will not be able to make it on the 1st of July because my son is defending his PhD on this day. And of course, I will join him. That it's such a big moment for him.
Okay, we will see if we can move the date a little bit, 1 or 2 days before or after that.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Okay.
Have a good night.
See you soon.
See you.
Bye-bye.